Okay.
We're live on Facebook.
We're live on Facebook. Instagram always likes to pretend that we're live. And we're live on both. Happy Thirsty Thursday, everybody. How are you today? Today, what day is it, Paula?
Oh, it's National Chardonnay Day.
Did you almost forget?
Well, I didn't know if I knew the answer.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you could have just been like, it's Thursday.
Well, it was Thirsty Thursday was my first thought, and I'm like, no, that's too obvious. So yes, National Chardonnay.
National Chardonnay Day. Now, what's your opinion on Chardonnay? Like, is it your personal, like, it's probably not one of your personal go-tos, because you like more, like, bold red stuff, but...
I do, but I go towards some whites in the summertime, or even in the wintertime if we're doing sushi or fish, I'll often pair it, because that's just fun to do. But honestly, like, if I had to rank my whites, Sauvignon Blanc is my number one. It's my go-to. And then it kind of branches out, and then I make a choice between Chardonnay and Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
Okay, and
So
there are
like
reasons
there,
for
though,
that, but it's up there.
Yeah. Well, and also for you, you always talk about how when you go to dinner, you pick the wine and then you pick the food.
So true.
Because you want your food to pair well with the wine.
Yes, I know
and
other people do it backwards.
And it's more important for you to pick your wine than your food. Although you're a big foodie, though, too.
I am a huge foodie.
Yeah, you, like, love to cook and everything.
I love to eat.
I love to eat. I don't love to cook.
But I am willing to cook in order to get it.
Hey, Boozy Scientist, what's up? He has been doing a lot of brewing. He's been, like, batch after batch. He made an ale. I'm probably going to get this wrong, but it's called Some of This Summer Ale.
Nice.
Some of This Summer Ale. I thought it was clever. It was funny. But, yeah, Tom's on. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
So we have some Chardonnay. I'm excited. Now, this is, all Chardonnays are oaked.
A traditional Chardonnay is oaked.
Yes. So unless it says unoaked,
then it is oaked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at you.
Look at me. I like Chardonnay.
Look at you. I'm going to have my partner's going to be a drinker.
Is gonna be.
I know, you're ruined.
Jeez, she
Sorry,
ruined
Jed.
me. She straight up ruined me. Sorry, Jed. Yeah, it's all good.
Oh,
It's all good.
by the way, like if we start to like sweat and turn red, we are in my office. There's no air conditioning in here, and it's about 900 degrees right now.
And I don't know, as we've mentioned before, this office is maybe, what would you guess?
It's a closet.
Like 50 square feet, if that. I don't know.
I would say
Let's
it's
see. If
10 by 7.
Is this 70? Because if I, like, lay out, I'm, like, 5'4". I feel like you could get 2 of me this way, maybe 2 of me that way.
Yeah, I don't think you can do 2 this way.
It's for sure less than 100 square feet.
Oh, yeah. And no heating, no air conditioning, but it is my office, and I love it, so it's okay. But, yeah, if I turn the fan on, and you're not going to hear this, so it's a whole thing.
Yeah. So, if we're sweating, that's why.
Yeah. So, let's go back to the Chardonnay. What are you tasting? Because this Chardonnay, I think, is actually really good. It's a good profile for me, but it may not be a good profile for other people.
If I had to, like, pick a fruit that it tastes kind of like those yellow or, not green apples. Like, yeah, yellow apples is a thing.
It is.
Kind of like that.
So, not as tart as a green apple.
Yeah.
But not as sweet as a red.
Yeah. Is that?
No, I think you have a good profile there, because it is definitely, so Chardonnays are, like, really unusual. To me, they're unusual wines. Like, if somebody says, I'm going to have a Moscato, or I'm going to have a Riesling, or I'm going to have even a Zinfandel, or Pinot Noir, you can kind of guess what you're going to have. Yes, there are some that are way better than others. Some have more blackberries, some have more nuance, that kind of thing. But I feel like with a Chardonnay, someone says you're going to have a Chardonnay, you have no idea what you're going to drink. Because some are like this, crisp and refreshing, and some are so buttery.
Really?
That they're not good for me, but other people love real buttery Chardonnay.
I know that previously, like a long time ago, we did a thing on oaking. And we got all of our different oaking materials out, and we talked about them. And we drank Chardonnay that time, and we tasted the difference between the two. So if you're interested in that, you should go check it out on our IGT TV channel. But I remember that someone had commented and said that I should try like a cake Chardonnay or something like that, and that it was more buttery, and that's what you were talking about.
Yes.
So, yeah, this one doesn't taste like that at all.
Not at all.
And I'm not trying to be funny here when I say that this tastes balanced, but, like, this for reals tastes like...
It's not acidic at all.
Like, it's kind of like, I don't know, to me, this almost seems like the vanilla of wines. Like, it's just kind of, like, right in the middle, and it's just, like, chill. Like, I could drink this, and it's not like a sweet Moscato that I would normally drink, but it still tastes good.
But, I think what you're alluding to is exactly why this is my number 2, and it's even with the Pinot Grigio. Because I do a Sauvignon Blanc has like a punch of flavor to it. To me, it's the IPA of wine.
Of wines, okay.
Okay, does that make sense to you?
The IPA of wines.
The IPA wine. Like, if you're an IPA drinker and you want to have that grapefruit punch forward burst of flavor, it's a Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
Okay? So, that's my first choice. But it's not going to pair well with, say, like a real delicate whitefish. Okay, so if you're going to do, you say you have a whitefish and you've done it in kind of a white wine reduction lemon sauce, and you just want to enjoy the freshness of it, when you're drinking a Sauvignon Blanc with it, it overpowers it.
It's going to be too much.
It is.
Yeah.
So I back up if I'm going to do that, and I'll do like a not buttery flavor Chardonnay or a Pinot Grigio where it's just very crisp and light, so I can enjoy the food more.
Gotcha. That totally makes sense.
But what you said is why it's number 2.
Because, well, for me, and if it's the vanilla wines or whatever, for me, if I'm going to put a bunch of cool stuff in my ice cream, the base is going to be vanilla, so it doesn't, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't know, for anyone that's local, Toffs. I freaking love Toffs. Unicorn Dreams. Have you had the Unicorn Dreams ice cream?
No.
This has nothing to do with homebrewing, but this is important. Unicorn Dreams ice cream is the best ice cream on the entire planet. It's so good.
Do tell.
It's vanilla or cake batter ice cream with like sprinkles and like frosting swirled into it, and then it has cake bits in the ice cream too, like vanilla, like sugar cookie cake bits. It's literally so good. So if you live in town, go get some Unicorn Dreams. You sometimes have to ask for it specially. Because they don't like have it out.
Kind of in the back room.
Yeah, okay. In the back room.
No, I haven't been to Tops in a while.
Gosh.
But it's a great local place. So if you're going to come and visit our store in Sandusky, Ohio, Tops would definitely be a stop. Cedar Point, Tops, any of the water parks.
I don't even tell people, they're like, where do you live? And I'm like, I live at Cedar Point.
We live on a roller coaster.
As soon as I say, I live in Sandusky, they're like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, Cedar Point. They go, oh, okay.
Enough said. Yeah.
So going back to the food thing, though, I had a few, like, food pairings that people suggested.
Ooh, love it. Okay.
Crab cakes, which I don't eat a lot, but whenever I do, I'm like, I should eat these more.
I enjoy them. My husband does not.
Really?
So I typically don't have those at home. I will eat those when we go out.
And then halibut, so like you were saying, the whitefish. Pork tenderloins, which they recommended, like, putting, like, apples and mixing that and, like, marinating it.
Yeah. Tom just had a pork tenderloin that they did a plum kind of compote over it. The sweetness with the savory was perfect.
Yeah. So for some reason, like, the sweet marinades and stuff like that with meat is so good.
And pork again is the vanilla of a lot of things, so it's good to put it over there.
And then as far as like mushroom type things, squash and vegetable type things. As far as vegetable type things, squash and mushrooms is what they recommended.
I love mushrooms on anything.
I know.
Are you a mushroom eater?
Yeah, I love mushrooms.
That's why we get along so well.
People really either have like strong feelings about mushrooms.
I have strong feelings about them.
I do too. I love them.
Me too.
I like the like big ones that you make like stuffed mushrooms out of. So while we're shouting out local businesses, can we shout out Brick Oven? Have you ever had the stuffed mushrooms there?
No, because I always have the flatbread.
Oh my gosh, you gotta get the stuffed mushroom. You gotta get both. So good. Brick Oven Bistro, and they have a pear pizza too. Have you ever had that pear pizza? Yes, the pear gorgonzola.
Gorgon. I'm killing it.
It's a pear pizza, and it sounds like weird.
But the cheese all over. Oh.
Yeah, it's my favorite one there. I actually feel like this would maybe...
No, it would be perfect. Not maybe. you are right on.
Yeah. They have a really big, like, selection of drinks there, too.
They
the last
do.
time I went, I didn't bring my ID, and I was like, oh.
Oh, no. The owner of the place is totally beer love.
Mm-hmm.
So I always can try new things there, which is super fun.
Cool. Yeah, but this would go perfect with
Agreed.
it.
Totally agreed.
So do you want to talk about the different kits that we have?
We have to go back to work. All right.
I like trying to keep us on schedule, Paula.
All right.
She's like, oh, you mean we can't drink the whole bottle?
No, but I am gonna have a sneeze again.
A sneeze?
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
You good?
Well, not usually. I'm usually 2.
I know. I was waiting.
I'm only 1.
I had a friend that literally sneezed 6 times. Like, that was her minimum. And I would, like, wait.
Oh, no. I'm a 2 and done, but apparently I'm 1. So, God,
this is
what
good.
we're drinking is a California Chardonnay. I chose California because it's National Chardonnay Day, and California really is known for some good Chardonnays. And so we have quite a few that come from California. And probably the biggest one, as far as, like, quality, the nicest one you can make, the most sophisticated kit that we have would be this Private Reserve. And it is Sonoma Dry Creek Valley, California Chardonnay. And it would be amazing. But, it's the most expensive one. And, it's interesting because my winemakers seem to not really care about that. We just want quality. We want good wine. And what's the price on this one? Do you have it? The Private Reserve?
I have the Reserve, but for some reason I don't have the Private Reserve.
Because I think it's like 180-ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's up there. I must have missed it on the list.
I can always radio and get it, but I think it's worth I think it's worth the money. Especially if you feel as strongly about if Chardonnay is on your second tier or your first tier, it's the one to get. It is because you're getting a 14-liter bag of juice in here for a 6-gallon batch. So your ratio of juice to water is a very good high ratio versus some of the others. Something that they come up with a good wine, but if you're looking for a great wine, this would be the one.
Cool.
Yeah, let me do my magic radio and see, because I bet Todd can tell us the price.
I was reading too that the Chardonnay grape is the most commonly grown white wine grape, so it's like a really popular.
Back to the vanilla of. It's easy peasy. It's easy to get. Hey Todd, can you let me know what the Private Reserve Chardonnay kit retails for? I want one of these at home because if I ask anything, it just happens.
Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, it's like a easy button.
Man, it's like pretty
I
hot.
told you we wanted here. Like, we're gonna have fans and yeah. If I open the door, it gets loud though because
they're doing grain.
Putting grain recipes together right outside our door, which isn't a bad thing. That means there's a bunch of people brewing this weekend.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a really good time to brew right now. It's gonna be 90 degrees today or something.
It already is in here, but
yeah. I was like, what? That's crazy for this time of year.
Yeah.
In Ohio.
Yeah.
Private Reserve Dry Creek Chardonnay, $174.99.
Thank you. You're not fired today, Todd. I'm going to shut this off before he answers.
Before he answers, yeah. Okay, so $174.99.
Yeah.
For the Private Reserve.
But you divide that by 30 bottles. I mean, let's face it. If you were getting a deal, you were going to the grocery store, you're buying it, and you got $10 a bottle, you would be like, yeah, that'd be $300.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be this quality.
True. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of it that way.
That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if you find a great wine and it's under $15, you hit a home run. And so, even if it was 10, it'd be $300. And I don't even know that making wine is about saving money, but it is nice when you can do both.
Right. And I like that, like, aspect, because, like, winemaking is just fun, like, to do as an activity. So you're almost, in a weird way, like, paying for, like, the enjoyment of making it, too.
I consider it entertainment.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if this is, I think this is probably the way that you live your life too, but like paying for experiences rather than things. And
100%.
this at face value might seem like a thing, but it's not.
It's
definitely an experience.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, we are on the same page.
So
100% with that.
if you're about living in the moment and paying for experiences, not things, get this guy.
For sure.
Also, can we just we do this every live, but
you're beating me.
I am beating you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the next.
All right, so then we have
one.
the On Premier, which is an RJS. So we have the Wine Expert kit here, but the RJS, which is a different manufacturer, has the On Premier, and this one is a Chilean Chardonnay. Now, if you've watched our other lives, you know how I feel about South American varieties. They're my favorite.
Are they?
Yes. Tell me Argentina, Chile. I mean, that is going to be a region that I always know I'm happy with.
Why?
There's a really good question. So, I guess over all the years that I've been a wine drinker, which we won't say how many, we will not quantify that at all.
Like one.
For the last year when I've been drinking wine.
When you turned 21 last year, you started drinking.
Clearly. I have found that the wines that I absolutely love, after I started paying attention to what wines do I like, what do I not like, because it was early on that I realized I had a real, I had an opinion about wine. I didn't know anything about it. Truly. I knew if I liked it, I knew if I didn't like it. And to me, a good wine is a wine you like. So what I found was almost always, if they came from that region, they were fantastic. Like I'm a big Sauvignon Blanc fan, but I really want that to come from New Zealand and only New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a difference in quality.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there is. Like, there's a reason that people grow grapes and all different.
Well, there's a reason that rosé is usually French.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just everybody can do something okay, but to do something really, really well is a specialty.
Region.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you would be super stoked about this.
I would want to try this.
So this one is going to be, let's see, this is on Premier.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be $159.99.
So it's a little bit less expensive, but this one is, ironically, it's an 18 liter. So it actually is a larger proportion of juice to water than even this one, and it's less expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, fun to try. Little fact.
Well, I was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we have next then?
Well, then I would
probably
go with
have-
the Cru Select.
Yeah.
And this is Australia.
Okay.
Okay, and they're doing a nice Chardonnay. And this is a 16 liter, so it's still more juice than this guy.
Yeah.
And what's this one, the Cru Select?
So the Cru Select is going to be $139.99.
That's really
So,
economical.
Yeah. So it's still like very good quality, but
Yeah.
a little
And
bit
no
cheaper.
one's going to give Australia shade when it comes to their varieties of grapes. It's not going to happen. So then I would say these two are tied, but this one has more juice than this one. And your Cru International is actually a California, which makes sense to me because what these guys do with this particular line is they really hone in on which region is known for this.
Okay, gotcha. And so that's why
California.
it's California.
So we go with this one is California, this one's California. I mean, it just totally makes sense to me when we start to really look at it in a geographic kind of how do they put these lines together.
And then this one is
What's
Australian.
this one cost?
So the Cru International is going to be $109.99, and then the Australian Reserve is going to be $134.99.
Okay. So, you know, they're all under 200.
Yeah.
Well under 200. Yeah.
For so much wine.
30 bottles, no matter how you slice it.
More wine than I
Look
have.
at you. I'm talking too much.
So, I just feel like I say this every live, but I think that this is, like... So, I'm not a wine person.
I know, you're more of
I'm
a beer
not.
gal.
I think I would choose this. If I couldn't have, like, my sweet wines, I think I would maybe choose this. It's pretty chill. That's... For all you wine experts out there, for all you wine connoisseurs, it's just pretty chill.
I love it. But, you know, if you were going to a place where you felt like it was more appropriate to order wine with your meal,
Yeah.
it's good to know your go-to, because the last thing you want to do is order something and you're like, oh,
Yeah, and then it like doesn't.
This is so gross in your head, right? You don't want
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Been there. I've done that.
Yeah, I haven't like drank wine out enough to do that, but I'm sure it'll happen. Because I've done it with beer, and I've been like, I don't know, some of the stouts, like, I like stouts, but only some of them, and I haven't figured out which ones yet.
What a fun way to figure it out.
Yeah, and I drank this one on my birthday, and I did not like it, but we had just ordered, and then we were supposed to go to another place, and I downed that sucker. I did not like it, but I just paid for it, I wasn't going to leave it. Ugh. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, but I think we go back to what we were just talking about. Everybody can do something okay or good, but if you're going to do it really well...
Then, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I just said, not all Chardonnays are created equal.
Right.
And so there are a lot of... And it surprises me. We go to a restaurant, and it'll just say, like, where it came from. Hopefully it says where it came from. And it doesn't always.
If it doesn't,
I'll ask. I'm at that age where I'm like, I'm not going to be embarrassed. I'm just going to ask. I'm like, can you tell? And I'm like, I know I feel a little pretentious when I do that, but I also want what I want.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'll say, you know what? Where did that come from? Can you? Usually they'll know.
Yeah.
Or I'll check on my phone. But if I'm picking a Chardonnay, I will look it up even on my phone to make sure like that it'll say things like fruits before it'll say butter.
Mhm. Because that's not your preference.
It's not my thing.
Yeah. It's like, it's no different than like ordering a burger and like being like, hey, can you not put the tomato on there?
In my case,
or like, can you
the
not
pickles.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like pickles?
Pickles are poison.
Oh, okay, alright, we're walking out. I love pickles.
Yeah.
Anytime you and I go out, if that happens, I will take all of your pickles.
And I will hand you my plate before I even put it down.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Like no pickle juice on my stuff.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, I feel strongly about pickles.
Alright, next up we have
something we know nothing about. Do we want to do 1 gallon first? Because we actually know something about that.
Sure. So the 1 gallon little baby kit here, it's going to be $32.99 for this. It's a 4-week kit. I made the Moscato, but I did make a 1 gallon kit, and it's so simple. Like the 1 gallon kits are just so nice because it's not
manageable completely.
So manageable. It is one of the only things that I've managed to not screw up completely by myself.
Here's a little known fact about the two of us, okay? Very creative, very logical, very like...
I don't think that's little known. I think that's very well known.
Like, very like, okay, very... This morning at 10:32, she hadn't come over to talk to me yet about the live, and I was like, I'm going to be a big brave dog, and I'm not going to Courtney today. I'm going to try to do this on your time frame, because I know I am a nut job. Okay, so I'm a planner. Everything is intentional. I
was over there planning. You just didn't see me.
And I know you have it. You have your own thing. It's just way more creative than mine. And so, when you are brewing, okay, so I think brewing is a lot more like baking than cooking.
Yeah. And I did all the steps correctly. Okay, so what we're referring to, so that everyone can get in on the story here. Today's live or the next live, I can't remember. I think it was today's.
I think it was today, I'm not sure.
Was supposed to be a grapefruit IPA taste test. However, I didn't realize it gets so cold in my bedroom. It gets, like, pretty cold.
You said, like, 60 degrees.
Yeah, it gets really cold in my bedroom. And that's where I was also storing my fermenter. So that being said, it didn't really work out.
Fermentation was sluggish, and then the bottling happened, and then it didn't carbonate. And I got these videos.
Did you laugh?
Friday night.
Did you
and
laugh?
I looked at my husband, and I was like, you gotta see this. She's killing me. Oh, yeah, I did laugh. I enjoyed it completely.
I wanted you to get the full experience.
I felt like I was
happening.
there. I was there. Yeah.
And we tried the second bottle. I said maybe it's just the first bottle. I was optimistic. I'm an optimist.
Oh, there was hope. There was hope in a hopeless situation.
I knew in my heart of hearts. I knew. I even knew beforehand. I was like, I don't think that this is bubbling.
You did say something.
I did, and you said, don't worry, it'll be fine.
I'm like, oh, like you.
She was giving me hope, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just glad that it was a 1-gallon batch and not a 5-gallon batch, because that would have been extra disappointing.
Yeah, but environment does matter.
Yeah, so fun fact, it really does matter. Don't just be like, it's probably good. Which isn't what I did. Like, I really did think, like, oh, this would be a good spot. And I did take care to, like, but I just didn't realize. I didn't think about the fact that...
Your apartment was freezing?
Yeah. Really, there's not a lot of good places in my apartment that would be temperature stable, though, because we have a very small apartment. And in our living room, we usually open the sliding glass door so that our
That wouldn't be good either.
Yeah. And then there's bedroom, what I put in the bathroom, I don't know. Like,
I don't do that.
That's gonna be disgusting.
That kind of freaks me out.
That's the reputation, like, people get for bathtub brewing.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't
do
that. Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, these are all just excuses, but...
Well, right now we're actually working on. I'm gonna give a little teaser.
Ooh.
We are working on a new recipe for a seltzer. We're gonna have our Home Brew Ohio seltzer, and so we've got 2 seltzers going right now, and they're actually in the main office, which is temperature controlled.
Don't worry, they were under her supervision. I made them, but she.
Yeah. And we've got 1 more to go, and we're gonna put that one in a kegerator, and then work with all the different flavors we can possibly do and the combinations.
I'm super excited.
We may need to call an Uber home from work.
Yeah, definitely. I'll just have Jed on standby. Like, hey, come pick me up at 4:30.
We're working really hard today.
Really hard.
We're gonna need a ride.
But yeah, hard seltzer. I'm really excited because there's so many opportunities there.
And easy peasy. So we're looking at that, and you know, we've got some other things in the hopper, because this one is really creative. So I keep like going, you try it. Go ahead.
I try.
Yeah. But we're just trying to make it easy and understandable and write it in a way that people can put it together and really enjoy it, because summer is a time for fun.
Right. Summer is a time for fun. I'm putting that on Instagram.
It really is.
This is a quote.
That's
Paula.
the answer. Quote, unquote.
All right. So let's talk about our last one. Yeah? The Cantina Wine Kits.
Yeah.
Paula just goes, so we're going to be really honest, which I feel like we normally are. We don't know much about this. It's a 5-day wine kit. So
5 days. I don't know.
If you're looking for a really good wine, like a really, really like quality
wine. Like sophisticated wine.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend this.
No, but if you're looking for something silly and fun.
Hey, here's the thing. If you're like me, you don't really care that much. You just want to make some wine. You want to drink. You want to have a good time. Get this guy. The Cantina Wine Kit. 5 days. I feel like I'm on an ad.
You go for it.
5 days. Only 4 payments of...
No, stop. So it just says 5-day wine kit, add water to 21 liters, add wine yeast, which is included, leave to ferment for 4 days, add stabilizer and finings, which are included. Your wine is ready after 1 day, which is the simplified instructions.
Yeah. And it's $49.99.
It has Kisasol, Tridacin in it. I mean, legitimately, it comes out of the UK. We do a lot of importing from the UK. They have a lot of cool stuff.
I kind of want to make it, just to see what it's like.
I don't see why we couldn't.
It'll only take 5 days.
Well, we do an Instagram every 7.
Yeah. So.
That's a problem.
Why?
Well, if we made it, then we wouldn't get to, be ready.
Well, we don't have to make it on Thursday.
Just bottle it or try it? It doesn't say anything about aging it. Yeah. I don't know. If anybody's tried this, please let us know.
Somebody says, before I got a fermenting fridge, I fermented in a linen closet.
Yes. And you know how many people use their laundry room? Because it's usually, laundry rooms typically are like in the center of a house. They don't always have a window.
Yeah.
And they're pretty temperature safe.
I feel like it's a good place.
And there's oftentimes like a big mop sink or a laundry sink in there, which is perfect.
That you can,
yeah. The laundry room is the answer.
I'll just go down, my laundry room's right down the stairs, so I'll just go set it in there and see what
Is it communal?
Yes.
Don't do No.
That's going to be an issue.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but it shows the grapes in Sicily. Why does it say? I don't know. I don't know.
We're learning just like
it's out of the UK. So I don't know. If anybody's done this, let us know. Honestly, we get these in and they go out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So we've never had the time for them to like sit around long enough for us to go,
Mhm.
Yeah, not that we
I
have a lot of
I think it's a good option for someone that just wants to try it out. I don't think it'd be a bad one. I mean, it's wine. It's not gonna be like horrible, probably. As long
I
as
should
you
probably
follow the
read the English
instructions.
instruction.
Instead of the what is this language? I don't even know.
It looks like German.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So it has like some kind of little right here. So this, you pop this out, and then the bag is right there, and you pull the bag out through here, and you can pour it, and it makes it really easy. And
look at that.
Look at us reading all the things. Yeah. Boom. There you go.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. But I know nothing about it other than how to order it and get it imported. So that's not what I've done. No sugar required, it says. But I think we have only 3 kinds.
Okay.
So if you looked it up, it'd be the Cantina, and we only have 3 kinds. So one of them is Chardonnay because it's National Chardonnay Day.
Yeah. So
Okay.
happy National Chardonnay Day. Hopefully you pick up one of these kits and try it out for yourself. Judging by our glasses,
It passed the test.
it passed the test. Passed the Paula and Courtney test. Is PC. Hey!
Woo! And that's my initials totally.
Oh yeah, that totally works. Yeah, so pass the Paul and Courtney Thirsty Thursday test. And with that, I think we're gonna sign off. But next week, let's see, what do we have next week? I think we're doing maybe some True Brew kits. I think might be next week. So for anyone that's like, I'm not a wine person, but I love Paul and Courtney.
Who doesn't?
I don't know if anyone's saying that, but for anyone that is, beer day next Thursday, be there or be square, because I don't know if you ever knew, but if you're not around, you're square.
Yeah.
Thinking. Alright,
Okay.
with that, happy Thirsty Thursday, everyone.